Good day, fellow crafters. Welcome back to the Forget Me Not Card Company YouTube channel. I'm Tamara, the card creator, and today we're crafting this super cute camping-themed card. Camping is all about embracing the great outdoors, enjoying starry nights, and creating memories around a crackling campfire. Whether it's pitching a tent, roasting marshmallows, or exploring scenic trails, the essence of adventure makes camping experiences unforgettable. Our project today captures that spirit perfectly, blending whimsical designs and fun elements to bring the charm of a camping trip right to your craft table. So grab your supplies and let's dive into this delightful card-making adventure. Today, we're going to be using the stamp set from Pixie Dust Designs called Outdoor Fun. There are some adorable little critters, whether you consider these squirrels or skunks. There's also a tent, mushrooms, a fire, roasting marshmallows, and acorns. There is also the matching die set, but we won't be using that part today. First, I want to set up my base, so I do use my Hammermill white cardstock, as I know it will give me a beautiful blend when I go to do my alcohol ink markers. I stamp my initial set that I want to be on the foreground first. Then I'm going to stamp the mask. It's the same set, but I'm going to fussy cut it out and put it over my original that is on my Hammermill paper. It takes just a moment to fussy cut this out, but for the desired look, this is perfect for what I'm trying to achieve, as I'm trying to create dimension with my card. The thing is, when you are doing your masking or trying to put up your scene, you always want to stamp the picture that you want to see front and center first. After that, you put your mask on, then you can stamp around that. Here, I put another squirrel, or if you want to consider these skunks, to the left, and then one in a sleeping bag behind it. I stamp with my stamping platform with Memento black ink. Then I'm going to place a mask over these as well, so that I can focus on my background. Even though it takes a moment to do the mask, you have to keep in mind these masks will be good for several projects. So if you're going to make maybe 3 or 4, these masks should hold up through each of your cards. The mask I'm using here is the Gina K mask. I do find this mask lovely. It's easy to use and holds up to everything, even watercolor. With my circle dies, I wanted to create a moon, so I also cut a circle out of one of my Hero Art circle dies and placed that to the upper left. Now I'm going to start creating my scene. I do start with peeled paint, Distress Oxide, and then I splotch in a little bit of mowed lawn. I don't want an even blend here because I don't want my grass to look one shade of green. I want it to be multiple shades. And you will see this start to come to life in just a moment. For my sky, I want this to be a night sky because we're going to do a little camping here. And all I do is put a little bit of purple, whatever happens to be on my brush, and I have no idea what it is. I put that down first, then I add a little bit of blue. But I see that blue, there's not a lot on my brush, so I do go in with Uncharted Mariner and make it a little bit darker. Then I add black soot. You will see me look at my hands a few times because I have a habit of getting this ink all over my hands, then transferring it onto my card. So that's why you will see me looking at my hands throughout this video, because I do not want to mess up my beautiful project. Now with the black soot, you just need just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way just because it is so dark. So just a little bit of here and a little bit there will do the trick on this. Now I want to add a starry sky. So I start with my white paint from P.H. Martin, give it a little bit of splatter. Then I decide I want to add some gold. That gold definitely gives it the little bit of shimmer and shine. So when you tilt the paper in different directions, you definitely can see this. I am glad that I took this extra step just to add a little bit of something extra. Now for the reveal. I love peeling back the mask. And as I mentioned, just save your mask. You'll see me putting it on the little transfer sheet there so that I can use it in my next card. As you can see, the mask held up beautifully. No bleeding underneath. I have crisp lines so you don't see my grass going into my squirrels. And it might be a little easier to pick the mask up with maybe a pair of tweezers versus your nails. I didn't think of that at the time. Now for my alcohol ink markers. I start with the lightest brown and do the face, chest, and the stripe of the tail. And again, this could be a skunk if you wanted to go that route versus a squirrel. I use the same light brown for each of the squirrels. That way everything looks uniform. And then after I'm done with that, I go to the main part of the body. And I do use, I believe, 3 shades of brown with that, just to create a little bit of dimension. After that, onto the fire. This fire came together beautifully. And I did use a yellow-orange, followed by an orange, and then just a touch of red. And it makes that fire look alive. A trick that I learned was whenever you are creating your shadows and it's a night sky, take a little bit of a cool gray and go over your shadow on the outline of your image. It does make it look like it's the shadow. And again, there's a shadow from the fire. So that's what you were seeing me do there. For the sleeping bag, when I was a kid, I had a blue sleeping bag that I absolutely loved. So we are doing a blue sleeping bag. I do start with my lightest blue, move to my medium, followed by my dark. And by doing this, it does create a little bit of shading so that it doesn't look just like a flat color. On for my sentiment, making memories. What a perfect sentiment for any time you go camping. Did you go camping or do you enjoy camping? I used to do it all the time as a kid. It was one of my favorite things to do. Leave in the comment below your favorite place to go camping or your favorite camping event. I decided to heat emboss my sentiment. I don't want that ink smearing after all, I'm almost done. And by doing the heat emboss, it does add a little bit of a shine and raises that embossing just a little bit, that sentiment just a little bit. I'm adhering this with my Barely Arts liquid glue. I love this glue. It makes it a breeze, and you do have just a little bit of wiggle room. Line everything up. Perfect. As I tilt this, you can see the shine of that gold from that gold watercolor. Look how beautiful that is. Love it. If this video inspired you, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more creative tips, design inspiration, and fun projects. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you'll always be the first to know when new content drops. Thanks so much for crafting with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.